Hello everyone, my name is Chihi. I'm 20 years old this year and I consume Elken's products for 21 years. I started consuming Elken's product since I was a baby in my mom's tummy. So my mom and my dad, they're both Elken leaders, so I was raised in an Elken family. I'm currently a university student and I'm pursuing my degree in traditional Chinese medicine at Xiamen University of Malaysia. Now let me start by sharing my story with you. So Elken's products have become an essential in my life. I live every single day with these products. And I'm very lucky to be born and raised in an Elken family. And I was taught in my family to take good care of my health. And we're not just taught to consume Elken's healthcare products, but also about proper ways to maintain our health through preventive care and also maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Now, maintaining a healthy lifestyle may include like exercising, drinking enough water, and so on. So I'm very, very lucky to be born in this family that's educated about healthcare and preventive medicine. Now, I completely agree with Elken's healthcare concept. Elken's products are very important, but they are not everything. They're not everything. So it's really crucial for us to maintain a healthy lifestyle with healthy daily habits. So as a child in my family, I noticed that I was different from most of my friends in school. Now I was taught that safety was our most important priority. And as long as safety is not a concern, health comes after, and everything else comes after that. So whenever I come back from school, my mom wouldn't ask me like, did you do your homework, or how did you do on your last test, or so on. Instead, they will ask me questions like, oh, did you take Elken's products today? Did you exercise? Did you drink enough water today? Or did you eat healthily today? And if I went outside, they would ask me questions like, what did you eat outside? And did you eat any junk food? And so on. So these questions obviously show that we're in a health conscious family. Now, even questions like, did you poop today? And what color is your poop? What shape is it? And so on. So I'm sorry if it's a little disgusting, but this is just the way it is in my family. So from these questions, it's already quite clear that health has been a priority for me at a young age, although I didn't understand much about healthcare back then. Okay. I studied in the United States for 6 years during my middle school and high school years. And during those years, I brought a lot of Elken's healthcare products with me to the US. Now, half of my luggage back then was filled with Elken's healthcare products that I needed for that whole year or for that semester that I was spending there. But my friends who went with me to the US, they didn't have any healthcare products in their luggage at all. So I was the only special one. And I rarely got sick when I was in high school. At the very most, I had sports injuries, but even if I got sick, I would recover much faster compared to most of my friends. Now, a general background on my high school, okay? The school we attended was a rural place. It's somewhere by the countryside, and there was no public hospital there. So there was only a private hospital, and the hospital expenses were very expensive. So since the expenses were so expensive, we had to stay healthy and learn about healthcare. And to ensure that my parents who are far away at home, they don't worry about us while we study abroad, we have to take good care of our health. So back then, my dormitory teacher would also ask us, because they know that we are more health conscious and our family knows a lot about health care and nutrition. So whenever some of our friends got sick in the dormitories, he would ask me if what they needed to recover, like what vitamins they need, or what they were lacking in their diet, or what they had to care for in their diet. So I knew back then that as long as I was healthy, I could focus on excelling in school and maintaining excellent grades. So being healthy is clearly beneficial for effective learning and participation in extracurricular activities. So back in those days, I also knew that I shouldn't stay up too late at night and I shouldn't give myself too much stress because these are all detrimental to my health. Now, this knowledge about healthcare and about nutrition was what allowed me to stay happy and healthy during my high school years. So after I returned to Malaysia to pursue my degree in traditional Chinese medicine, I learned more about the importance of nutrition and health maintenance, and I was able to see things from a totally different perspective as a traditional Chinese medicine student. As it's really important for me to take good care of my health as a traditional Chinese medicine student because I have to be a good example for others. Like others might question, you're a medical student, but you're not healthy yourself. So why should we listen to you? You're not convincing at all. So that's why I have to convince them. If in order to convince them, I have to be a good example. So in my university, I try my best to participate in many extracurricular activities while maintaining excellent grades. So I maintain healthy habits in my daily life throughout university, and I'm more energetic and enthusiastic compared to most of my peers. And as a future traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, I must maintain excellent results because this is my responsibility for my future patients. So that's why, even during the pandemic, I have been sharing about health topics and Elken's healthcare products online in English every Wednesday to the general public because I believe that education about health can help people live better and healthier lives. So I'm really thankful to my family and for Elken for educating me about healthcare, and I'm also very thankful to Elken for their excellent healthcare products. This is how I was able to live healthily and happily during my university life. Now I'd like to share about my viewpoint on healthcare from different perspectives. So growing up in an Elken family, I'm very familiar with preventive healthcare and health maintenance. So as a traditional Chinese medicine student, I'm also very familiar with the basic theories and practices of Chinese medicine healthcare maintenance. So Chinese medicine values the balance between yin and yang. And the balance between yin and yang is really, really important for the maintenance of good health. And on the other hand, preventive healthcare values nutritional balance and the balance between intake of acidic and alkaline foods. So as most of you may know, in our daily diet, most of the food we eat, like boba milk tea, like pizza, all of these delicious food, they're all considered acidic. And as experts once said, acidic foods are the leading factors that are causing us to have all of these different problems, all of these health problems. So that's why if we want to be healthy, we have to find a balance between acidity and alkalinity. So that's why Elken spirulina is a really powerful product because it is 100% alkaline food and it can help balance out all the acidic food intake that we take in every single day. Okay, now in terms of preventive medicine, traditional Chinese medicine theory has this one quote from the Yellow Emperor's Canon of Medicine. This is a Chinese medicine literature that all traditional Chinese medicine students have to study. So the quote is, "When a sage treats a patient, precaution is always emphasized and often uses preventive measures in calming down the disturbances." Now, the WHO, the World Health Organization, also emphasized that prevention is better than cure. So both of these are mindsets and theories. But if you want to learn preventive medicine, you must first have a basic understanding about healthcare and nutrition. And if you want to learn about health maintenance in terms of traditional Chinese medicine, you must have some general understanding of basic traditional Chinese medicine theories. So these are both different fields of healthcare, and we must study each subject thoroughly before we can apply it to caring for our own health. Now, if you're not a traditional Chinese medicine student or a practitioner, it is best not to prescribe herbs or decoctions for yourself, because if something goes wrong, you have to be responsible for your own health and you have to pay a huge price. So same thing for conventional medicine, it's no different. You cannot prescribe any drugs for yourself without any knowledge of medicine. If you're not a doctor, don't prescribe any medicine for yourself. However, all right, Elken's molecular reform therapy, okay, Elken's molecular reform therapy, this healthcare system is different from the rest. Anyone can easily learn and master Elken's molecular reform therapy and use this knowledge to treat themselves and also help others around them by sharing this simple concept. And not only does this therapy have its own theoretical background, it is also a complete healthcare system with the following attributes. It is backed by theoretical and scientific background, and there's a clear method on how you can apply the molecular reform therapy. And there's also products, all of our products, we have the MRT series of products. And there are 4 steps that we need to know in MRT. So if you'd like to know more about this, feel free to search it up on Google because there's a lot of information online available for you to learn. Now, it's very easy and simple for us to understand. So when molecular reform therapy was initially proposed, it was proposed by the 2-time Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Linus Pauling, and he is also endorsing this therapy. So we have an expert who's endorsing this molecular reform therapy. Now, as long as we follow the steps of molecular reform therapy and treat ourselves accordingly with Elken's products, our body's natural self-healing ability can help us treat all kinds of disease. So now I'd like to share some of my testimonials on my favorite Elken products. So the first Elken product is Elken Spirulina. Now, it's the main topic for today. So Elken Spirulina is like an amulet that protects me in my everyday life because it's 100% alkaline, so it can help me maintain the balance between the acidic food I take every day. And also, I'm a vegetarian. I have been a vegetarian for many years, and as most of you may know, vegetarians lack a really important vitamin called vitamin B12, and Elken Spirulina is the perfect supplement for vitamin B12. So these are some of the things I find really helpful from Elken Spirulina. Now the second product is ELG6. Whenever I have injuries from sports or cuts, wounds, or even mouth ulcers, I would take ELG6 because it can really help efficiently repair my wounds and speed up my recovery. So I have experimented on myself before. If you use ELG6 during your, if you have any open wounds, if you try using ELG6 compared to not using it, your wounds will really heal a lot faster. Like, trust me, you can give it a try if you like. Now the last product is Alpha Hex. Alpha Hex is a super immunomodulator. What do I mean by immunomodulator? It can help us it can help us balance our immune system and make sure that it's not too strong or too weak. Okay? So whenever I get sick or whenever I feel a slight soreness in my throat or if I start coughing, I know that I might be in contact with some virus or some bacteria or some unknown substances. So because I knew about this, I would immediately take 2 soft gels of Alpha Hex and I would feel better immediately the next day. And even if I get sick, I can recover much faster with a well-regulated immune system with the help of Alpha Hex. So these are 3 of the products that I really love. Now lastly, after sharing so much with you all today, what's the most important message that you can take away after this session? Safety. What's the most important? Safety, okay? Safety comes first, especially during this pandemic. We are all facing this pandemic together, and we must take preventive measures to ensure that we stay safe, like wearing our mask, like using hand sanitizer, and so on. These are all preventive measures that can ensure that we stay safe from COVID-19. And also, remember that prevention is always better than cure. And once we are safe, our health should be our priority. So that's why during this time, everybody make sure to take care of your health and remember always that prevention is better than cure. So stay safe and stay healthy. I wish you all good health. Thank you, everyone. That's all for my sharing today. Thank you so much.